All right, well, we're going to try this again. I don't know what's going on. One of these days I'll actually figure this software out, or I'll just go and finally figure out Open Broadcast Studio. But anyway, it seems like this will work and it'll get it done. Yeah, so we're going to do, this is Thursday, October 7th, 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time, Chicago time. And we're going to do some more live coding of Facebook Demetricator. It's been an active week for Facebook since I last recorded. Seems like a lot of times these days it's an active week. But had Frances Haugen, the whistleblower, reveal her identity in the past week and speak before Congress. We had the Facebook property outage, meaning not just Facebook.com, but Instagram, WhatsApp, all Facebook services went offline for about 6 hours on Monday. It was quite an event. I actually really enjoyed it, to be honest. I tweeted probably 20 times, 25 times, thinking about just so rare to have an opportunity in life when those systems are offline. It really inspired me to think about what if they were offline for good. And we can only dream of such things. Alas, $1 billion is unlikely they're going to go away anytime soon. That's okay. That's why we're doing this. Looks like things are in good shape. I had several computer crashes this week, and that was a bit frustrating. That'd be for anyone. Okay. And so most likely you're watching this from within the gallery. Or later, we're going to archive these on AOS, Arbite on Screen. So they'll be up indefinitely. We're also going to do some events next week as part of the show. So that's going to include a conversation. I want to make sure I get her last name correctly. Or at least do my best with it, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to say this correctly. We're going to do a session with Patricia Falco. I need to ask Patricia how to say her last name. She's an art conservator at the Tate and a PhD student at Goldsmiths. And we've been talking about new media art conservation. So we're going to do a panel on that with Rebecca and Nimrod from Arbite, talking about what it takes to maintain and or sustain works like Facebook Demetricator over time. In that one, we're probably going to focus on this work Go Rando. Okay. Just getting my way back into the swing of things here. So I think when I last left off, we were on the profile page, or maybe I was working my way through different components of the profile page. And so this is kind of funny. So this is my birthday today, and this is one of those, obviously it's a once a year event, but it's also a once a year event on Facebook. And as with so many things on Facebook, an event comes with its own metrics. And so birthdays come with a special birthday metrics that you don't get to see any other time. So it's actually perfect Now I can do my best to try to capture the birthday metric. So let's work on that today. So you can see, well, here's one right here, 85 friends posted on your timeline for your birthday. And then this see 82 more. So let me go ahead and turn Facebook Demetricator on. The current in process version and reload. Okay, so yeah, I'm not getting either the 82, this 82, or this 85. Let's work on this one first. I will say that the reality is that this is going to be a hard, it's going to be a hard, it's a hard one for me to keep track of, for me to check over time. It's, you know, I'll do my best and I'll get it captured today. And then, you know, the chances that that works till my next birthday is pretty low. But that's okay. That's okay. We do what we can. We capture what we can when we can. And so here it is, 85 friends posted on your, what's linked here on timeline? Okay. What a pain. Yeah, this is one of those ones. So one of the things I've talked about in the way I'm constructing this is I am going through, and right now still I'm in this process of just making sure I can identify and isolate all visible metrics. And so the way you see that right now is that metrics are within some kind of a border. They have some kind of a border around their content. You know, so this friends value has a border. I guess I must have it all toggled off here, toggled on. Let's see. Yeah, do that. You know, this one's got a border. This has got a border. This has got a border, etc. So that's fine. You can see down here too, these all have borders. But what I haven't done yet is gone through and when this is detected, then do the next step of making sure I can work with it to hide the metric. And partially that's because many of these will require a different approach. And I need to just go through and kind of get those approaches nailed down so that I could plug them in and assign them. But I've kind of just doing a first pass of capturing all metrics in terms of getting a border around them so I can come back later and do that extra step. I think that's okay. That may be all I do with the birthday metrics tonight. But the truth is, this is going to be a complicated one to do. What would be easy is if, say, this number 85 right here had some markup around it. But what has markup around it is this entire line, including an A tag and a span and a strong. And you can see it's got text before, then the strong, then text after. And maybe I will go ahead and try. I might just actually go ahead and do this, try and do the whole thing today, because I'm unlikely to see this text in a week or two. It won't be here anymore for me to do the next step. So I want to do that step today. So first, let's go ahead and get some jQuery in the console, just for some testing purposes. Now I need to look for something useful. So we'll start there with data pagelet profile timeline. So at least that narrows it down to this particular, to a timeline view. I know I'm on a profile. Okay. Now I probably want to look for these div role equal article, and that will at least get me to one of these. I'm guessing this one. No. Yeah. So annoying. Okay. What I'm going to look for is markup around the top thing. This is a relatively unusual construct on the timeline, on timeline blocks. So this sentence above this rounded border thing. So if we look at the next one, like there's nothing above this, there's nothing above that, etc. So let's see if we can, here we go. So it's this block here. Let's see, is there anything useful? So just in case we get lucky, I'm going to look at some of these classes and see if any of these are relatively unique. So let's say that's pretty nice, actually. Now, this isn't guaranteed to be unique. What all this means right now is that this is the only instance of a block like this above a normal post, a normal profile block currently on the timeline. Certainly, if I scroll, they'll be reusing this for other things, other kinds of metadata that go atop, above a block. But I can still do a test once I get there and make sure I'm working with something that makes sense to me. See if I can get any more specific or if there's any reason to. I mean, probably I can do H2. Gives me one. Let's do a border on that and see. Yeah, I think that's probably pretty good. And then I'll just do a test for the word birthday. And because if I were to now say, give me the text of that object, it's going to show me 85 friends posting your timeline for your birthday. So this is now at least identified the right location. And so I'm going to go ahead and start writing this in here. Just got to remember where I was doing some of this work. Profile, here we go. Okay. And for those of you just joining us or tuning in for the first time, maybe, the code I'm doing here, it's kind of like this messy, most recent version of Twitter Demetricator getting turned into Facebook Demetricator, so that I can take advantage of some techniques and routines and structures that I've developed for Twitter that I haven't yet ported back to Facebook. So the code right now is pretty messy, but it'll get better someday here. So there's our detection. Okay, so this gets me into the right area. Now I need to think a second. So this is this moment where I was talking where things get a little complicated. Let me see if I can explain why. So what I've done is I've detected this H2. And I need to get in here and tweak the 85. Now, often I'm having to figure out a way to hide a metric while not hiding it from Facebook so they can keep updating the metric. So that if the user wants to turn the metrics back on, the current new number is revealed. So often I can't just delete it or add my own markup. Sometimes I have to clone things and then just hide one they know about, and then I reveal the copy. And then they can keep updating the metric on the hidden original, and I can only show the clone until someone asks to go back to the original. Here, because I don't think this number is going to end up getting... It's just an instinct based on experience. I don't think they're going to be coming in and dynamically updating this number. They're going to wait for a reload. And probably if I had a little bit more React under my belt, the Facebook library, I could verify that just by looking at this. But I mean, there is this ID, which is a React ID. It's possible that they're still going to be coming in. But anyway, I'm going to presume I'm right. We'll see what happens. But because this doesn't just have text, like I could, if this was, like I could just change the text. I could write the text to just get rid of the number, which would be great, except I can't in this case because it's this other markup in there. So I actually have to grab the HTML. So I'm going to say let h equals HTML. So now I've got the HTML in here, and now I have to parse it. And I haven't done any of this work lately, so I'm not like, I don't have every bit of my kind of patterns here. I'm just going to have to go looking around, and I think what I want is like a leading metric. Let's see if I've got that. Yeah, clone and Demetricator leading num. I don't know why I have a 2. I think I changed it at one point, but good enough. So actually, well, do I want to clone it? Maybe. Or maybe it's just match leading metric. So here's match leading metric. Yeah, how do I use that? Text. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. I think match leading metric isn't really meant to take markup, but we'll see what happens. It might just work. I think I'm just going to try let's see what parse is even. Well, it should be. I think what I want here is to basically say Let's just go ahead and print it out and we'll see what we got. Oh, yeah, my mistake. Okay, yeah, so here's what I'm getting. Okay, yeah. So this is the array, and the first element of the array is the entire text. The second element is just the captured metric. The third element is all of the rest. And then the fourth element, if there is one, who knows. So I should be able to, I think, say, just one thing I'm not remembering how I used to do this. I need to look a little bit around. Okay, I guess that's how I did it. So I'm going to say let n for new equal span not demetricated style equal display none. Well, yeah, except strange. Okay. Plus parse sub 1 plus span plus p sub 2, not parsed. Should just change it to parsed, honestly. Let me think. I think that's it. I think that's all we need. And then I can say, if we're not in a demetricated state, oh no, I need to add it. We need to say e.html, replace it with h, run it with n, and then if not demetricated, then we will show it. If this works first shot, I'll be a bit amazed since I haven't gone through this some parts of this process in a while. Lowering expectations. I guess that's what I'm doing. Hey, it worked. So here it is. This is where that friends posted on your timeline for your birthday. That's exactly what I want it to be saying now. Let's see if the toggle is working on that particular element. Almost. So you see, I need to add a space back in here. So it is toggling it. I just need to fix it. So let's go. I need to put a space right there. It's nice when the thing works. Friends posted on your timeline for your birthday, and oh, That really didn't work, did I? Maybe I didn't reload. Okay, it's working as expected now, so that's good. And I see we have a viewer, so hello viewer, whomever you are. Can we also just say I really need a better icon? I made this icon 10 years ago, and first of all, you can't really tell what it says, but this is what it says, 361. It's like metric in a parenthesis with a slash, circle slash. Used to be back when I started, all these metrics were in parentheses. That's kind of interesting. I haven't really thought about that for a while, but it's true. None of them are in parentheses anymore. They got rid of that not that long after I started, a couple of years. I guess this one right here is still in parentheses in the title bar, but I don't ever see that in the interface anymore. All right, so hey, a metric down. And then that brings us to this one. This is the middle metric. In other words, there's a metric in the middle, but it's the one nice thing is it's just some markup, but I could just change it to C. Well, no, I'll still have to do a detection on the middle, but that's all right. Okay. So this again is a fairly unusual interface element on the profile or on the timeline. What's most typical is everything that occurs within a box like this. There's a space for header info. There's a space for content. There's things about this is a shared thing. So then there's kind of that shared content. There's the reactions interface that goes along with these other components and comments. But this thing, which they used to call a pager, or a more pager, as I recall, back when they gave me names for things that made any sense, as opposed to all this gobbledygook generated by React. So it may be that a similar kind of approach, like looking for this block, like maybe that, or that. So this is a lot of classes to be relying on for a find. Now this one is almost useful. ARIA label equals C space 83 more. Yeah, I wish the 83 I can't predict, so can't really use this. So this particular set of classes I think we're going to find all over, but let's get just in case. So I'm going to say div dot all these things. Yeah, only one in this case, so that's interesting. So we could maybe keep going this direction. Wonder what happens if I just say span. Maybe we'll do, well, You gotta love that. So anyway, there's a ton of spans somewhere in this block or another block. Boy, that is strange. If I go back to here, I get 1. But if I add span, well, I suppose it's a span, so maybe I should try that. Make a direct child. Gets us down to 7. Well, this has got a button. Why don't I stick a div button role equals button in here? See if we can. So I would go here. I'd say div role equals button. Gets us to 4. I mean, come on. Well, jeez. I think this will do it. Then said div, so direct child, children. So that gets me to 1. And so I've mentioned this on previous broadcasts, but the more I end up having to be very, like the more things I have in this line, the more likely it is to break soon. But sometimes, frankly, often with Facebook, you just don't have any choice. I don't know. Sometimes I think I should be searching for everything with an aria-label value attribute and then just querying its text to look for different patterns. It's not how I'm doing things. I haven't really spent any time looking to see if that really would be a fruitful path. Just thinking out loud. I don't know. Anyway, this will work. Oh, I didn't put any comments in here. Let me do that before we move on. This was 85 friends. Posted on your timeline for your birthday. This will be C XX more underneath a birthday greeting accumulation on profile. And we'll say so maybe I'll just start actually writing these. We'll do Oh, look at this. That didn't work. What did I do wrong? Oh, yeah, I see. I generated some markup and I inserted it as text. That doesn't work because then it treats it like text instead of markup. Hello, Facebook. There we go. See more. Looks good. Let's toggle. Ah, screwed up the space again. I'm not sure why though. Because you can see here I did include a space. That I do not understand. Oh no, it's up here. Oh no, I don't know. Well, I'm looking at the wrong line. Good. That'll fix that. Okay. Hey, two down and they're hidden. Could do worse. So that, I think that might be all birthday. I wonder if there's a birthday metric visible on the news feed. Let's go look and see if one shows up. This is one of those moments I've talked about before where you don't. Now I'm kind of just like scanning the news feed, hoping I find a thing that I'm not even sure if it's going to be here. Well, here's an example. So here's that exact same structure that we saw before. Obviously, it's not unique to birthday. Oh, well, look at somebody else here. It's Patrick Lichty's birthday. Now, again, though, that structure is going to be multiple places. So this code should demetricate that if I can just give it the right detector. So I might as well try while I'm here. Oh, drat. See, now it just went away. I tried to right-click it, and now I've lost it. See if I can get it back. I don't know if I will. Best cinnamon rolls in London. Well, may have to try that out, I suppose. This is a similar structure. This one doesn't happen to have a metric, so I don't really care, but it's that kind of a structure. Here's us today. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get it back. Not anytime soon. I don't know. I'm a little bit reluctant to give up on this because I'm close. Oh, that's Yes, that's. I need to look at this. This is something from Doreen. This is, I think I mentioned this previous episode, like one of the perils of working on Facebook is those moments when it's like Facebook is in front of you all the time and it's distracting. And I have done this work on test accounts sometimes, and I do that, and the test accounts are good, but the truth is that test accounts are hard to. You'd have to put a ton of time into a test account and build out a network for that test account. Otherwise, you're just not going to see a lot of normal stuff. It's like I have a number of test accounts. They're useful for certain things, but there's a ton of content that shows up on my Ben Grosser Facebook feed that just doesn't appear on a test account because I don't have enough friends and because it's not really me, and so people don't. I have several test accounts where I've just gone and kind of friended people, just random people, just so there's some network there, but it just doesn't work very well. A lot of people don't friend you back, and you don't get the right kind of content anyway, and whatever. Anyway, I think I'm going to give up on this and go back to the timeline for now, or go back to the profile for now. I guess the timeline is. It reminds me that there was this moment when Facebook Timeline came out. I'm going to say 2011. Let's actually look at that. I want to know. Facebook Timeline. It was such a big deal back then when it first emerged. I mean, it was, according to Facebook, it was a big deal. $2011, yeah. Okay. This is concerning me a little bit. I'm pretty sure I had a detector on this already. So it's broken down. Well, I should look at the feed and see if it's only on my profile that's not working. Yeah, see here 2 comments is captured. So maybe I actually just never did it on this page. And it's a different structure here for some reason. Why? I don't know. One answer would be to make my life more difficult. I don't think that's really the goal. It's just a happy side effect from Facebook's perspective. Just another big ass. Sorry. Another big mess. Trying to keep obscenities to a minimum. Gosh, for all I know, Twitch has some content community guideline thing. I don't know. I haven't read into that yet. Maybe they auto detect curse words and bleep them out. It's really I need. I mean, well, yeah, it's these. Yeah, might be easy. Let's try that. Should be a bunch. Now we'll say. See if it's capturing anything we don't want. That looks pretty good. Looks pretty easy, honestly. Now these are different. It's just so I had worked on this obviously, and it was getting captured in some locations, but for whatever reason, the structure of these comment share metrics are different from these comment share metrics. So something different is capturing them. Don't really know what the difference might be. I guess this one has the updated as cover photo, so maybe this is a different structure. I don't know. No, but this one doesn't have it. It's just, this is a consequence of the way Facebook is written, which is any engineer at Facebook can make a change and submit it without, I don't know all the ins and outs of this, but this is a general structure. Anybody can submit a change, and it goes through some review. I don't know what the review is, or maybe it goes through no review, honestly. But the way that they deal with kind of like not having big code reviews and not reconciling everything working together is the way it gets disseminated. There's a structure to it. So if I'm an engineer at Facebook and I want to add something, tweak something minor, whatever it is, I can do it. I can submit it, and it will get released to say, I don't know, I'm making these numbers up, but 100 people. And if nothing breaks with 100 people after some period of time, let's say half an hour, it gets released to 1,000 people, and then, I don't know, 100,000 people and 1,000,000 people. And, when you got billions of people, you can really play around and try things. And if you ever like notice something just all of a sudden stops working on Facebook and then it kind of starts working again, this is what's going on. Somebody broke something, but it hasn't been detected as a breakage yet. You're part of the test pool, and it gets reverted. It happens to me all the time. When you're paying attention, you see it a lot. Anyway, this is pretty good. So this is on the profile page. I'm going to keep it here. I'm going to say this is share and comment block on profile timeline feed items. I'll say different, not universal, some caught in other ways. Oh, this is, no, actually this is good. This is good. Just need to see one. Yeah, okay. Sometimes it's going to be comment, sometimes it's going to be share. It's a leading metric. This is where I need to even, I essentially need this code right here. And I think I'm just going to be able to copy this code verbatim and stick it down here, which means I need to make this a function itself. Like, it's dumb to be copying and pasting this much code. But that's all right. For the moment, this is not refined, super refined. This is just simply get it done. All right, so let's Any luck? Now it came up detected by whatever routine I already had previously that was capturing these in red as opposed to white. Oh no, yeah. So it's, in other words, the stuff I just wrote is already out of date, or it's coming up in multiple ways. That is frustrating. I wonder if I can figure out which one of these that was, and I could use the code there. Yeah, I'm sure not seeing it. Oh, this might be it. I think this might be it. Yeah, it is. So what could I do? I could, I see. I see what I'm doing. Okay. I don't know if you're about this. Yeah, that's not working. Do I have an error? I do. Yeah. This may have been my problem before, quite honestly. Let's just comment this out for the moment. promising looking. Nah. Oh, it's just looking for a text. Yeah. Okay. No, something's screwy. That's their error, not mine. Something's not right. The heck? Come on. See, now I'm not seeing any of those at all. It's like they're just disappearing. So whatever I'm doing, I'm screwing up. Oh, I know what I did. I know I did wrong. I just structured things a bit differently here. Oh. Huh. Yeah, I don't know about that. No, that's gonna work. That's gonna work. No, still broken. No, okay. Well, broken in a different way. Here's, you can see comments, 11 shares, comments, 11 shares. So what did I do? The 38 is correctly. Yeah, things might be even structured a little bit differently here. I think I'm just clobbering myself. I'm like doing it twice or something. So now I need to see what it is. The code is receiving because something is going bonkers with my parsing of that text. So yeah, sometimes it's 38 comments, 11 shares. I don't understand how that's happening. Doesn't really make any sense. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to structure this different. I'll do Well, I mean, it's not getting screwed up anymore, but it's also not doing what it's supposed to. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, see, I think I'm starting to understand. Well, it's not just this. Yeah, I gotta go deeper. So it's to the span. I gotta go to the span. Okay. What? Okay. Well, now, so I find one, and then if it doesn't have a class, which it shouldn't, really shouldn't. Let's see if we're getting this far. Well, yeah, that's the problem. There's my test isn't working. Maybe the EX isn't doing what I think or something. I don't know. No. Yeah, it's just not coming out. Well, no, I need to go and look at the code here. Yeah, something's funky. I think I'm too tired. I've already been doing this almost an hour and a half, and it's been a long day. So I think I'm going to call it here. I'm a little bit frustrated to leave this hanging, but it gives me some place to start next time. In fact, let's do make a note. Start here. So I'll pick this back up. This should be easy and obvious. So that it's not means I'm too tired. Well, hey, hello to my one viewer. Thank you for sticking around. And hello to anyone in the gallery or in the future. And I will see you in a couple weeks. Which a couple weeks I'll be in London. So maybe I'll be doing this from the gallery. Maybe we'll do it at a different time since it'll be, I don't know, 6 a.m. or something. Or, yeah, 6 a.m., 5 a.m. in London. Yeah, that might not be so convenient for me while I'm there. Although maybe I'll be awake. I don't know. Okay. Thanks for joining, and see you next time.